All right, so Roblox did a couple of good things, but also they're completely cooked because apparently the biggest game on Roblox right now, Steal a Brainrot, is at risk of being deleted. Roblox might be getting banned in more places in America, and just so much more stuff I want to talk about. But first, subscribe, and if you already were subscribed by the time you clicked on this video, I thank you. Welcome back. Okay, but regardless, let's move on to the first story, which is actually the good stuff, and then we'll get to the bad stuff because, you know, it's just kind of how I roll. With the first good story actually being something that's, I mean, I don't know, it won't really affect you or many people on planet Earth, actually, because apparently Roblox is giving out a free item to people that went to RDC. As you can see, here's the tweet from Bloxy News that says, all RDC 2025 attendees have received the Best Audience Award in their inventory for attending the 2025 Innovation Awards ceremony. So yeah, it doesn't really affect that many people. The item isn't that cool. I think it's the thing literally in the picture. It's just like the new Roblox awards, which in my opinion don't look as cool as the Bloxy awards. Sorry, Roblox. They're just not, they're not cool. I'm going to be honest. But yeah, most of the people in the comments, despite this being, I guess, a free item, are not happy with this update because, like, obviously it's given to a very small amount of people. And also apparently there was something about Roblox saying that this item right here was apparently claimable via the like voting game or something. I don't really remember, but there's a couple comments saying stuff like this, saying, so we got lied to, ? I swear they said we could also claim it in the Innovation Awards hub. And there's like 2 other comments like that. Not really sure exactly what that means because I don't remember that, but again, I also wasn't really tapped into the whole RDC this year because it was pretty dang boring from what I've heard and what I remember. But regardless, we can now move on to something else that's pretty cool, and it's Roblox, I guess, leaking a bunch of Q's and A's from their Q&A that was apparently hidden from the public until today. As you can see, Bloxy News tweeted out, for transparency, Roblox has released the full transcripts of the safety Q&A and the Builderman Q&A during RDC to maintain their privacy. The names of creators who asked the questions have been redacted, and a bunch other names have been redacted, not even just the people that were asking the question. Now, I read through the Builderman Q&A, and from what I could tell, there wasn't many like interesting questions. It was like run-of-the-mill stuff about like servers and, you know, boring things that you probably don't care about. And for the most part, a lot of people are looking through these Q's and A's to see if there's anything about Schlep, because RDC happened obviously during probably one of the worst times it could have happened because Roblox is under so much fire, and people expected there to be like some sort of Schlep questions or whatnot. And from what I can tell, there really wasn't any. The closest thing that I could find to it that maybe could have mentioned. So the person that asked the question said, my name is Removed. I've been on Roblox since Removed. And then they say this, shout out Removed, and then also shout out Removed. And then the question goes on to say stuff about like off-platform actions affecting people on platform. And they kind of go into like, you know, safety stuff. So in my opinion, when I read this, it kind of seemed like maybe this person was saying like shout out Schlep or something because they were asking a safety question. But I asked some people that actually went to the Builderman Q&A, and nobody ever mentioned Schlep, apparently, allegedly. So, yeah, there wasn't really anything else that was entertaining throughout this whole Builderman Q&A from what I can tell. Now, there is also the safety Q&A that is bundled with this as well, which I haven't read through, but I will read through and I will edit in if I find anything interesting after this point. But in the safety Q&A, there wasn't really any interesting questions from what I could tell. There was one, though, that kind of had my ears perked up, and it was about Meep City and why Roblox doesn't ban Meep City. And the person actually even lists in their question a specific rule on Roblox that should actually get Meep City banned because their community is so bad. But the main thing is that Roblox kind of just responded in the same way they did in their video from like a couple weeks ago. There isn't really any new information with that, and that's kind of it. Anyways, we can now move on to the next story, which just happens to be another, I guess, good update, I think, because Bloxy News tweeted out this, saying applications for the Roblox Teen Council are now open and have expanded across the US, Mexico, and Canada. If you are 14 to 17 and want to help create a safe, positive environment on Roblox, apply by Monday, September 29th, with a link to the newsroom post about it, where they kind of talk about the Roblox Teen Council and what exactly it is. Now, I'm not really sure what this is, but it apparently happened last year as well. And in the little graphic that they include here, it says stuff like this program, I guess, is going to be used to, I guess, help Roblox be a safe and positive environment. A lot of people in the comments are pretty dang excited about this. You know, you can see people saying, wait, Roblox is actually doing something, and people saying an amazing start. Wait, this is pretty good. Just a lot of positive comments because this is, I guess, yeah, a positive thing. You know, Roblox having more community interaction with people people to make Roblox a little better. But yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what the Roblox Teen Council actually does. They're kind of vague about it, but it says here, it says the council is an important part of our ongoing goal of fostering a safe and positive online environment for all of our users. And that's kind of all they say. I mean, they probably go into more details about it, but I don't know. I don't understand. Oh wait, it says here that the first cohort, which I guess is like the first group, participated in 4 ideation workshops to provide input on areas including parental controls, avatar features, community standards, and safety tools. Okay, so I guess, okay, I get it now. I kind of understand. I guess it's a fine update. But now, guys, we can move on to the really bad updates and the really bad stuff. So let's talk about the first one that is, I think, kind of less important. And it's Steal a Brainrot, I guess, going under fire because of a plethora of things. People are finding so many reasons to hate this game. But the one that's actually been, like, threatening the game itself is the copywriting of some of the most popular Brainrots out there, with the main one being Tung Tung Sahur. I hate saying Brainrot names because, like, so stupid, bro. But regardless, there's been a lot of talks over the past couple days about how Tung Tung Sahur is apparently being copywritten by the original prompt artist. Because if you don't know, somehow all of the Brainrots are completely AI. It's people just putting a prompt of like an animal mixed with like an object with like an Italian name, and that's kind of how a lot of these were created. And the main one that started it all was Tung Tung Sahur, and it was made by a singular person who is pretty notorious in the Brainrot space. And I guess this person named Noxa, who created Tung Tung Sahur and I guess the whole Brainrot craze, now works with like an agency that copyrights the Brainrots that they've created. Now, before we get to the response from the actual agency that is doing the copyright stuff, over the past couple days, a lot of Brainrot games have been removing certain Brainrots from the game due to threats of like legal action, and that's kind of why this has blown up to the point where it has, with the actual agency responding on TikTok. Apparently, I don't know an agency that would use TikTok like this, but let's talk about it. Because they said, "Hello everyone, we are the agency of Noxa, and we're clarifying the situation about Tung Tung Sahur in Sammy's game Steal a Brainrot. Noxa did not remove Tung Tung Sahur, and neither Noxa nor us asked for Tung Tung to be removed. Sammy asked us to contact his lawyer. While we are waiting for the lawyer to get back to us, Sammy decided to remove the character from the game, and it was Sammy's decision." And then they go on to say something that's funny. Steal a Brainrot is making millions of revenue using Noxa's work. Okay, the prompt artist worked really hard to make Tung Tung Sahur. But yeah, basically what's happening is the original prompt artist of Tung Tung is, I guess, trying to get like deals with these Brainrot games on Roblox and like licensing rights. And a lot of these creators of these games are not willing to pay the licensing fee to use Tung Tung in the game, so they just completely removed it from a lot of the games. So yeah, guys, Steal a Brainrot, and any Brainrot game for that matter that uses Tung Tung Sahur, is apparently at risk of being copywritten, allegedly, apparently. Yeah, very weird stuff. But now we can move on to something that's even worse for the Roblox platform, because it could potentially lead to Roblox getting banned in Oklahoma. Let's talk about it. So I initially saw this tweet right here saying, from the Oklahoma Attorney General, it says, "I took the first step for potential legal action against the popular online gaming platform Roblox over serious child safety concerns. When a platform that markets itself to children becomes a hunting ground for terrible people, we will take action to protect our kids." And then there's a picture that says, "News released, Drummond moves to hold Roblox accountable for child safety failure." Now, I don't know exactly what's happening here. There is a whole post about it on the oklahoma.gov website, but going to some other posts about it, we can maybe get a little bit more easy information to digest here, such as RTC tweeting out, "Oklahoma's Attorney General launches a probe into Roblox, saying that the platform lacks adequate safety measures and is overrun with harmful content and terrible people." Again, not sure if I can say that on YouTube, but you can fill in the blanks here. But with the additional context Roblox RTC includes, we kind of get a bit more information about this in a more digestible way. It says, additional context, Oklahoma's Attorney General is seeking outside law firms to investigate Roblox over alleged terrible things and safety failures. The AG request for legal proposals is for law firms to investigate, gather evidence, and then potentially take legal action on behalf of the state. So I guess what's happening is the Attorney General is calling out to a bunch of different law firms to, I guess, join in on a group lawsuit against Roblox if they find stuff bad on Roblox, or they find Roblox to be breaking some sort of laws or rules or failing in some sort of aspect. So yeah, this is like some sort of request to investigate Roblox. Nothing has happened yet, but potentially we could see Roblox maybe getting sued in a very, very big way, which is not good at all. And you can see all all of the comments just talking about how Roblox is absolutely cooked, bro. And now in other cooked Roblox news, we have apparently Roblox TikTok getting worse, okay? So I've seen a plethora of tweets about the new Roblox Moments feature where you can like infinitely scroll through games and clips that people will post on Roblox now. It's a very interesting feature that I think is cool, but is also something that I don't know if it's worth even having on Roblox. Because in my initial video about the whole Roblox Moments update, I said that it's just a matter of time before this feature is used for nefarious reasons, whether it's scams or other things. And over the past couple days, I've seen a lot more of these types of posts being posted talking about how Roblox Moments is kind of low-key cooked. Now, here's just one tweet from Schlep. We all know Schlep, okay? It got 14,000 likes, and I can't even show the picture he includes. But he says, Roblox made their own version of TikTok, and this is what's on it. Now, I want to be clear. Roblox does do a fine job of moderating Roblox Moments, because when I personally scroll it, I haven't really seen anything personally bad on it yet. But I've seen a lot of tweets talking about bad stuff that they found on it, whether it's scams or inappropriate stuff. And, you know, that's not good, Roblox. That's not good at all. And, you know, despite me not really finding any bad content on Roblox Moments throughout my research for these videos where I talk about Roblox Moments, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I mean, this literal picture that Schlep includes in his tweet has 12,000 reactions on it, which means was seen by at least 12,000 people and was reacted to by them. Now, I imagine this post has gotten reported, so the fact that it wasn't deleted before it got 12,000 reactions is kind of weird and shows that maybe Roblox's moderation on Roblox Moments isn't as good as I maybe thought. I mean, I knew it wasn't like the best, but me personally, like I've scrolled through Roblox Moments a lot. Whenever I talk about it, I do like a bunch of scrolls on it just to really see if it is bad, like people make it out to be on Twitter. And I personally never ever see bad stuff on it. I don't know. Maybe I just get very lucky because as you can see in the Schlep tweet, like this one has 12,000 likes. Like that is not a small number. Like this is a top post on Roblox Moments most likely, and it's not really appropriate, I would say. But yeah, anyways, Roblox Moments is seemingly not going too well.